Hello everyone, thank you for your time today. My name is Seamus and today we will be dissecting social media and its impacts. When we dissect, I hope to change the way people approach social media and the impact it has on people. What is one thing you check daily? You would say your phones, right? But it's what's on your phones is what you're checking. And what's on your phones? Social media. Social media is one of the most relevant topics in this generation. It's the most up-to-date source of the news. It's the quickest way to keep up with your friends. It's the best way to stay entertained. The scholarly article on progress included a statement by allafrica.com which said 97% of 13 to 17-year-olds use social media daily, while 3% do not use daily. And this was retrieved from the Pew Research Center. Now, these 13 and 17-year-olds use at least one of 7 major online platforms. 45% of U.S. teens agree that are online almost constantly. It's very fun, right? Keeping not only your friends updated, but the public updated. It's fun, right? But it doesn't sound fun when you throw the word public in there, because you don't know anyone in public. That's where the fun turns into danger. The addiction of social media makes your information very vulnerable to people you don't even know. People who could take advantage of this information that they discovered. Has there ever been a time where you would be talking about something, let's say Kirkland apple juice, and you would say something like, oh my God, like I love Kirkland apple juice, it's super tasty. And then you open up Instagram, right? And the first thing you see is an advertisement from Kirkland with their apple juice. It's kind of spooky, right? Talking about something and then you see it right on your Instagram. Nikki Cotman of ProQuest brings up a great point when she says, you're being watched. Everything you type into a search bar on Google, anything you look on Facebook, that information is being carefully tracked and is used to make a profit. It's like I said, your information is vulnerable on social media, especially with modern day technology, such as Siri on iPhones, that can do commands by literally speaking into the phone and asking Siri, can you do blank and blank? Nikki Cotman also brought up a great point when she mentioned that many social media users haven't taken much time to the negative effect of the sites that they spend so much of our time on. This was a great thing to mention because some of the negative side effects, such as the rampant spread of misinformation, mental health issues, and surveillance capitalism, are all things that flood out of the frequent use of social media in the wrong way. One of the biggest problems with people on social media is how naive social media users are, and its possible outcomes of being way too public with your profile and yourself online. Releasing your information or expressing your opinion is a dangerous thing to do, especially online. People should never express their opinions online because, let's say, there was an argument, right? There's an argument going on over text, and I say over text because one person is on one phone and another is on another phone. You can't see the person's face. It's pointless arguing with the screen. The University Wire on ProQuest makes a great point when it states that right now in America, political issues are piling up. Police brutality, gun control, climate change, women's rights. Yet, it seems that many of us, while working ourselves into a frenzy of texting and tweeting and posting on Instagram, are fooling ourselves. This is an excellent thing to bring up, because not only we have people thinking they've accomplished something by arguing over text, they're clueless people, such as older folks, like Gavin Eggleton, who lost his hotel because of an internet backlash. He mistakenly shared a controversial comment on Facebook by simply clicking the wrong button and quickly lit himself afire. The Northern Advocate on ProQuest mentions that the motel that he owned had its reputation dragged through the mud all over Facebook on Wednesday afternoon because people believed something that they saw online. Now this points out another problem, and it's people who don't think twice. The people who don't think twice immediately believe what they see, rather than stopping and thinking before taking an action. This is something that happens when someone were to mistakenly click a button. Gavin Edmonton, for example. Now, Mark Caldwell, in his scholarly article on ProQuest, suggests that one idiotic conspiracy theory proposed that the vaccine can be used to implant microchips in members of the public. In that article, Caldwell talked about theories being made up about vaccines for COVID-19. Information like this, false information like this, is what gullible people will believe and will spread that false information. Now that damage could do so much worse than just spreading the wrong news. That damage could slow down the process of doctors actually working on a vaccine to save those who need a vaccine, especially during this pandemic. Now today, I've provided you with the information on the dark side of social media. However, none of this should be new information to anybody. It's seen all the time, but we simply just brush it off because if we see it, it didn't happen. Now we should stop brushing off something we don't see. We should start brushing off the ideas that social media controls us. Alza Raskin, a former employee at Firefox and Mozilla Labs, said, "If you're not paying for the product, you are the product." Social media doesn't own you. You own social media. You created social media. The stronger your mind is with that mentality that social media can't hurt you because it's something you use, the stronger your mind is, the better the outcomes of the actions you will take, and the less problems we have with the use of social media. Thank you for your time today, and I hope you're safe around social media.